You are tuning into the Goldilocks Productions presentation of the Angels and Healing Light Show. Sit back, relax, and be open to receive the angelic messages and healing channeled through your host, Laura Romeiro.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday to you all. Good news ahead, just a couple more days till spring. I'm sure some of you didn't think it would ever get here, but we can't fight Mother Nature, can we? She's on her way with warmer, brighter temperatures. Today, I'm also bringing a warmer, lighter energy to my show, and in just a moment, I'm going to introduce you to Melissa Parks, and I'm very happy to be having her with me today. I consider her one of the wonderful gifts in my life, and I know that she'll be able to bring you beautiful light and love and healing today, as well as we do some mini readings for you. But before we begin, I want to share with you a channeled message from Archangel Raguel that I got this morning. And it's very important, I think, and very timely in light of all of the things that have been going around the world, our country. There are so many things going on, and I'm sure this trickles down individually. So Archangel Raguel is showing up today with a beautiful message, and it's about harmony. It's about harmony of relationships. It's about bringing peace and understanding to one another and to the world. And he sends beautiful light, like beautiful sparkling rainbows of light surrounding the world, surrounding you, your community, your home, your job. And please reach out to Archangel Raguel whenever you need help healing a relationship, whenever you need help with something that is of injustice to you or in fairness, and let him help bring that energy of justice and fairness into your life, but also healing and harmony. The angels help open the hearts to everyone. They help resolve conflicts, and they also wish you to understand and learn that in every conflict and every problem, there is usually something to be learned or gained. Keep that in the back of your mind. But first and foremost, ask Archangel Raguel and your guardian angel and all of the angels to help increase the light and healing around the world, to help bring light and healing into your community, into your homes, into your hearts, into anywhere that you feel is needing that extra love and light. And without further ado, I am so delighted to bring Miss Melissa Parks, who is a wonderful psychic intuitive. She is the seeker of truth and a teacher of light. She helps connect for the greater good of everyone. And that's essentially what I've also just asked you to do. She connects with your energy, your name, your soul energy to help give you the highest and best information to empower you to move forward, to live your life with joy. Living your life with joy is one of our birthrights. So let her help you connect with you. She'll connect with your higher self, your ascended masters, angels, your loved ones, any of the beings of light. And she has always been connected, which she wasn't aware of, like so many of us, that kind of late bloomers from time to time. But she also talks about the fact that we have all of this knowledge and all of this truth within us, but being able to get to it is not always easy. So please, everyone, welcome and say hello to Miss Melissa Parks. Hello, Melissa. I'm so glad you're here.
Good morning, Laura. Thanks for having me on your show. How exciting. And how appropriate that message is from the angels this morning about opening your heart and sending out that love to everybody and to everything. That's just where we're at right now, just the love vibration. Send it out everywhere. I'm loving that. It's giving me goosebumps, too. So everyone pay attention to the energy today.
Well, that's a very good point. And I like to say that that energy that you send out is what comes back to you. So just, ladies and gentlemen, focus on the things that you want in your life so that is what comes to you. That's very important to keep focused.
Yes, and especially with this full moon coming and with spring coming, it's about planting the new seeds. Everything that I've been guided to tell my clients lately is to put out there everything that you desire to have. Don't think that you're being greedy by asking for more, because we always limit ourselves on what we believe we deserve. So for more, you deserve it all. We've been on this road, some good stuff for that.
We sure do. I think everybody's ready for a little break and being able to grow with the beautiful gifts that we get.
Absolutely.
So you connect with so much light, Melissa, and I know from doing readings side by side with you, from getting readings from you, from being you were actually one of the people that helped facilitate my communication with angels. And I know that you are of the highest the highest vibration, the highest intention when it comes to helping others move forward. And I know you do so with a great sense of joy and humor, which is also
yes, I do.
Delightful. But you said that
that is.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You said you had always been connected, but you didn't always know about that. Can you explain that briefly to us and what you mean by us all having the knowledge and truth within us?
Absolutely. I remember as a kid being able to know things, and my parents or whoever said, there's no way you can know those things. So they kind of shut me down. And then I didn't realize until my abilities started to come back in that I've always been able to see ghosts. I've always been able to communicate, but I didn't realize I really had the gift until just about in my 40s, when I decided that I was going to seek out my spiritualness because of life circumstances. I remembered back to about when I was 9 years old. And I remember sitting there outside at my swing set with a neighbor, my cousin, and a couple other people. And we were talking about what our life would be like, you know, as adults or whatever. And I remember saying that both my parents would be deceased by the time I was 30. And there was no way that I could know that at 9 years old, right? So my mother passed away in 97. I was 26. And my father passed away in 2000. I was 29. So after I recognized and looked back, I was like, how did I know that? How did I really know that? So I know that deep down we all have these abilities, and this just helped me validate mine, to really start to believe in myself that I was saying things that were true, and especially if they felt true. That's the most important part. If it feels true, is it your truth that you're speaking? Yeah, you might freak some people out with some of your truth because they're not ready yet, but you're going to help them open up too. So those were part of the recognizing that I've had the abilities all my life. And then when I started, you know, learning more and finding the teachers and the mentors I needed to start learning and uncovering more of the information that I already knew, that's what we do. We uncover what we remember about ourselves, our spiritual selves, not this human suit that we decided to put on when we came here, but really what we know as our soul self. Is that helpful?
I think that is so true for me too. And, you know, in my very first show, I talked about everyone trying to connect with your spiritual side before you have that dark night of the soul, because so often that's when people really start to click. So start realizing that there's something bigger out there that is part of their life, that's something big and helping and loving. And I encourage people to start getting to know that side of you before you really need it, before you really have a tough time. So that always makes things easier when you already have that beautiful connection with your angel. So part of my goal on this show is to remind you, you have an angel for every single part of your life. Your guardian angels, your archangels, all of the unemployed angels that are just hanging around waiting to help you simply by your request. So it's something that everyone can do for any reason, big or small. You can't ask too many times, but you certainly don't be shy. They're here for us, but they certainly, when we need them, they're there, and they can make tremendous changes in our lives.
This is true,
So,
and that's absolutely, they have to remember to ask the angels and your guides for help. That's one of the things that we forget being human. We forget to ask for help.
We do. We forget to ask for help. It's sort of, I think, considered a weakness or something to ask somebody for help, or you don't feel you deserve it, or you don't want to bother somebody. But what if somebody giving you help was something that person needed to do for them to grow? So by limiting ourselves from asking for help, whether it's spiritually or from your next door neighbor, again, don't be shy, because you deserve help. We all deserve help and guidance, and you just never know what being able to help someone is going to mean to the person you asked. You just never know. I know plenty of people, especially of an older generation, that just feel they should be completely self-sufficient. And gosh, what fun is that? But people love to give, people love to help. And I think it changes the dynamic, it changes the energy when you allow that connection with somebody else.
Agreed.
And I want to say hello to my mom. Hi, Mom. My mom's listening. She's a good mom. I know some of you have heard her before.
We welcome all the spirits and guides to come in, alive and not alive, whatever works.
Well, she's alive.
Yay. You're lucky.
So, you know what? It's 11:11, my favorite number right now. Are you ready to take a caller? Would you like to take a caller right now?
I am.
Oh,
Absolutely.
good. All right. I have quite a few on the line, so I'm going to ask you to limit to one question, and I'm going to take area code 330. And please tell us who you are and where you're from and how we can help you this fine morning.
Hi, this is Kim from Ohio.
Hey, Kim. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Kim.
My question is, good morning. I would like to know about a committed relationship. Is it with the person I've been talking to but not dating yet, or is there someone better or suited for me?
Well, the first thing I'm getting is you have not met them yet. So whatever relationship you're in right now is your stepping stone to walk into the next one. You're learning a lot from this so that you can step into a relationship that you truly deserve this time.
Awesome. Is that going to happen soon?
It's gonna happen. I'm getting like in the next 2 months, you're really finding out more about yourself and what you really truly desire in that relationship. And the more that you put out to the universe what you would like in that relationship, they kind of form that person and bring them into your life, so to speak. I mean, they're already formed, but they'll just be coming into your life at the appropriate time.
Thank you so much.
All right.
You're very welcome.
That's an interesting comment you just made, Melissa, and that last part of what you said is kind of what you think about is what they're going to bring to you or what you're asking for.
Correct.
So
yeah, I tell my clients now to put out your list of what you want in your relationship, okay? Because it seems like everyone gets stuck in a pattern of relationships. They keep going for the same partner, the same qualities. And you know that you like some of those qualities, but if you write out the list and put down exactly everything that you do like and leave out all the stuff that you don't like, you're most likely going to get into a better relationship this time because you're telling the universe what you want. You're telling God what you want this time rather than just taking whatever gets thrown at you sometimes. It's a test. Are you going to settle or are you going to wait for what's right for you?
Beautiful. And that goes for every part of life, your job, where you're living, your friends, the people in your life, that goes for everything. Yeah. So this goes back to don't be shy asking for help. Don't be shy asking for what you want. God and the angels want, and your ancestors, your spirit guides, everybody wants you to have the happiest, healthiest life possible. And when you keep repeating things that don't help you grow or cause you pain or you're stuck in the same situation, it's frustrating for them too. And they keep telling you, no, this way, this way, this way. And sometimes we can't hear them. Sometimes we hear them and we ignore them. Sometimes we keep getting messages saying, and you keep doing it anyway. You get that stubborn streak going. So they're here to help us. Pay attention, but sure, ask for help. Ask for what you like out of life. If it's not for your highest and greatest good, most likely you are not going to get it.
Correct.
All right. So I have another caller from area code 647. What one question do you have for Melissa? Who you are and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Paul from Toronto, and
hey, Paul.
I just want to say first off that I am fully blended with Archangel Michael. I am fully blended with Source Energy. We are all one, and I am one. I am Archangel Michael. I am Source Energy, and I'm bursting my love out to everything in existence, the existence that I am. My question is, what is causing this intensity of ease within my intensity? Is it the sound healing that I'm doing by Tom Kenyon, the pineal gland attunement? I think that's what's causing this intensity.
Your intensity of what? Energies? What's the intensity of?
The intensity is to get into the highest of highest vibrations within the easiest of stances. And
well, whatever way is going to be. Okay, whatever way is going to be easiest for you, then that's what you should be doing. I'm getting that the sound vibrations are very good for you. What's your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, my question is that I'm pretty sure it is that pineal gland attunement by Tom Kenyon that's making me feel this intense. Is it? The pineal gland attunement by...
That's part of it, but it's also the energies on Earth are starting to change too. So more of us are being activated into our higher selves, which is creating a bigger energy here, and it's shifting everybody around us. It's not just shifting us as individuals. We shift, and then we help the people shift around us. So we're all getting lifted up, and we are all one, and that's the connection that we're all starting to make again. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
And Paul, I would ask you too, Paul, that when you're starting to feel really overwhelmed by all the energy, which is something we all go through from time to time, ask Archangel Metatron to help regulate that energy flow so that's more comfortable for you to withstand physically. Make sure you ground. Make sure you dump anything that's not, for your best good physically and emotionally and mentally and spiritually. So get Archangel Metatron to help just kind of cool you off and make sure that you ground all that excess energy right into the earth. And that will help you kind of calm down until it's time to ramp up again. And it'll be easier next time. Follow your instincts, okay?
And you could ground directly to the earth without being physically in contact with it?
Yes.
You sure can.
So you can be on your bed and
focus on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for your nice message. Take care. So that is certainly something that many of us go through. So, Paul, thank you for bringing that up, because a lot of us go through that sort of, ascension sickness. But when you get so overwhelmed by that energy, sometimes it can knock you askew a little bit and leave you feeling like you're going 1,000 miles an hour, and that maybe you just finished eating a bowl of sugar sometimes. And it's not very comfortable to maintain for more than a couple minutes. And so please remember, get Archangel Metatron to help with that energy. Ground regularly, because you're tuning into an energy that's and a vibration that's higher than your body is used to receiving. You just ground, let go, and don't re-engage until you're feeling like you're calm and focused again. And we have Julia from Florida, area code 863. Hello, Julia. What one question do you have for Melissa?
Hello. Thank you for taking my call. Well, my question is same as the first caller. I would love to connect with a life partner, a committed life partner.
Okay.
As I was thinking about it, that song by Steve Winwood, Higher Love, just come to mind. So, like, yes, that's what I want, the higher love.
That's actually perfect for you because you are looking for a higher love. So it kind of goes back and put out to the universe what that relationship looks for you. And sometimes I think you're on that, like I like to call this the yo-yo effect. You want a relationship 1 minute, but then the next minute you're like, well, I'm okay by myself. You know what I mean? So you have to put it out there that you're open to having this relationship. If we get on that yo-yo thing, we're telling the universe and God that we want one thing, but then we're changing our mind. So stay pretty focused on it. And I feel like the new relationship will be coming pretty soon for you. I feel like spring is going to be like a lot of love interests are going to be coming together just because everyone's putting out their vibrations to do that. And it almost seems like there's all these energy waves going off the people, going out and connecting in with who they're supposed to be drawing into their lives. And I also am getting that you're not supposed to turn down any invitations to parties or dinners and things of that sort.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Happy spring.
You too.
Thanks,
you.
Julia. Wow. So a lot of changes coming up in the spring, huh, Melissa? A lot of good energy coming our way.
You guys have no idea. This is what I've been kind of telling my clients. It's either you are on the train track that's going to just take you and keep you going in a really fast motion and forward, or you are on that train that keeps hitting the wall because you keep making the same decisions, they're not helping you get ahead. So it's like, get on that train that's going to help you move forward and start dropping the dead weight that's holding you back.
And what do you suggest to our listeners? How do they know when they're being held back? What would be some, let's say, signs and symptoms that they're carrying around things that, that excess baggage? How would they realize that, and how could they let go of it?
Okay. No, that's perfect. One, you're going to start to feel it. You're going to start to feel that either a person, a place, or a thing is holding you back. Maybe it's your job. Maybe you don't like your job anymore, but you keep going because you need that paycheck, right? So you keep continuing in this pattern. But then you tell the universe, you tell God, I would like to have a job doing what my passion really is. And then all of a sudden that pops up in front of you. And then you're able to start doing that. And then you start finding more joy. And it could be people that are holding you back. So maybe it's a relationship that's just going nowhere and it's not making you happy, but you're staying again because you're comfortable. This is about everyone getting out of their comfort zones, okay? If you're not truly happy where you're at right now, you have to do something to change it. And the only person to be able to change that is you. So what is it that's going to make you happy? So, I have some people that don't get along with their parents, so they finally had to discommunicate with them. Or they've been married to someone for 34 years, and that doesn't make them happy anymore, so they get a divorce to find out who they really are. So there's lots of changes coming up, but it's all for your highest and best. Don't feel like you have to stay stuck in something if it does not make you happy.
So what's the most painless way to make those changes without, obviously it's not something that can be done overnight. You have to think it out. Say, I want a new job. I'm quitting my job today, and I'm going to find a great one tomorrow, and everything's going to be hunky-dory.
I wish I could say that there was a simple way, but there's not. I came up with this quote a couple weeks ago when I was talking to a client, and sometimes when you get clarity is not comfortable, okay? So when you finally figure it out, you can make the adjustments easier. You can start speaking your truth, which makes it easier on you, and then it starts to make it easier on the people around you also. But really, there isn't, I can't think of one way that would be like the easiest way to get yourself out of this or into the new mode, but change is difficult sometimes. Change is scary, and that's what all these things are, whether it's changing a relationship, changing your job. These things are scary. You know what I mean? So there's still fear attached. Probably if you get rid of the fear, that would be the easiest way.
Well done. Well, I heard on Amazon they sell magic wands. If you have Prime, they give you free next day delivery. So if you're really desperate, you can order a magic wand and poof, bippity boppity boo, and make it all better. I keep trying it.
Oh, now that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes, everyone get out your magic wands and make it happen.
I would love that. So area code 515 is my next caller. Hello, please tell me who you are, where you're from, and what is your one question for Melissa?
Thanks for taking my call. It's Jennifer from Iowa. And my question is, hi, there's a lot of changes happening at work. I'm wondering if you see if my boss and I will be laid off anytime soon, or if either one of us will leave the company, because it's pretty much just her and I in our department.
Okay, so there's only the two of you left. All right, let me tap in there. And your name again was?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, it's almost like you decide you're ready to go anyway. You haven't been happy there for a while, so it's more about you than it is your boss. But it's definitely time for you to seek for something else that makes you much happier. But it's just a matter of time. I don't feel like the layoff's going to happen right away because they're taking their time in whatever they're doing to readjust. And it almost feels like they get rid of your department altogether, whatever you're doing. It's like they're trying to simplify.
Mhm. Do you see me staying there at least a year?
A year? I see you staying there probably another 6 months, but I see a job opportunity coming your way. It's like a friend of a friend knows somebody that's hiring that's right up your alley.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jennifer. So tell us how our readers can get in touch with you. I know for this show, we really only have time for one question, but I know that your readings are so in-depth and so complete. How can someone get in touch with you for a full reading, Melissa?
They can find my website at IamMelissaParks.com, or you can give me a call at 941-266-9250. I'm available in person, over the phone, whatever you need. I'm here for you.
Yes, you are, and you're an excellent teacher as well.
Thank you.
How about area code 307? Hello, please tell me your name, what your one question for Melissa is, and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm calling from Wyoming. And my question is, my life is changing like drastically. It's just for the better, I would say. And I've just recently met up with. I have a boyfriend, and I met up with an old boyfriend, and I think he was my first true love, or whatever you want to call it. But I was just wondering what you see in my love life, really.
Well, I see that with the old one coming into the picture, it kind of like shows you what you're looking for, and how it's almost like this older or the old boyfriend came into your life to help wake you up again, to help. It's showing me like bursting up of these feelings. It's bringing a lot of things that had been buried deep down inside of you. And yes, I'm getting that the changes that are coming are very good for you. That's why everything's changing so dramatically for you. But you really have to stand in your truth about what that love really looks like for you and what you desire out of your relationships. I'm getting that both men are pretty nice, but you have to get what it is that you're truly looking for the long haul.
Yeah. Okay. All righty.
But it's like,
thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So far, all of our callers are going through something similar, and like you talked about earlier, there's a lot of change going on.
There is. Ready or not, here it comes.
And it's how you accept that change and either go with the flow or dig your toes in the sand, but you're going to be dragged along anyway. I have another message from Archangel Michael, who is reminding everyone, number one, that you are on the right path. The right path is in front of you. So please step into it with love and joy. Call upon your angels and guides to help motivate you to make the changes with courage, with confidence, with discernment, good choices, healthy choices, happy choices. Remember, there are so many choices that are out there, so make sure you're choosing the ones that resonate with you, that make you feel good, that don't make you feel heavy or sluggish or slow, which would be an indication that you're dragging around something that isn't very good for you or your energy anymore. And there's beautiful choices ahead. So ask for help if you're not sure which way to go. You know who to ask, right? You can't go wrong asking your guardian angel. Always, your guardian angel is always with you. So reach out to your angels, your guardian angel, your archangel, your favorite one. I know most people really resonate with Archangel Michael. And I know Paul certainly does, and I do. Archangel Raguel, there's endless choices. So please reach out, because that path is before you, and all you need to do is say yes to get on it and go with the flow and find joyful things in life.
Yes. And it's funny that you talk about going with the flow. This is what I kind of tell people now. It's like the lazy river of life. Just get in your little tube and see where it's going to take you. You really don't have control, just which way the flow is going to take you, exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time. It's most times when we try to control everything that we make the most blocks for ourselves.
Yes, we don't have the answers, and we try to get them, and we try not to make a lot of decisions unless we have the answers, and doesn't work very well that way.
Nope.
I don't think it does. Are you ready for another caller?
Absolutely.
Well, I have another one from area code 386. So please tell me your name, where you're from, and what your one question for Melissa is.
Hi, Melissa. This is Cindy. I'm from Florida. And I'd like to know if you can give me any insight, as there's two work options coming up. One is to move to another location with and someone that I know that wants to help me get set up in a business, but there's a lot of strings attached to that. And then there's another one that's staying where I'm at and actually working for someone else, and it'll be by the hour and a little more consistent income, but not really. I'll have some consistent income to try and, maybe get ahead, but I won't really be able to have the kind of income with my own business. But with all the, extenuating circumstances on each side, what do you see being the best option for my highest good right now?
Okay. Well, the first thing I got when you first told me the first option, when it had so many strings attached, that you don't go with that one. You stay with the job that you can get that's local right now, and then you start building your business on the side. So it's all under your control, because I feel like those strings were made by a puppet master. So they would be in control, and that's not what you're looking for in being your own boss.
Right. Okay.
So
do you see the one I'm waiting on, where I am then? They're waiting to close on a piece of property and then want to hire me to do tractor work to work that property, because it's an organic farm, is what it's going to be. So do you see when they'll actually get that completed, so I will actually begin work and begin making money?
I feel like it will be purchased in April.
Okay.
So sometime next month, within the next 30 days, because I almost feel like it's the end of March, but they keep showing me April. So you still have a couple of weeks left of this month, but definitely in April.
Okay, because I know they were trying to get it close on it in the last few weeks, and just trying to put everything together with the contract, but they couldn't start the tractor work till the contract was signed. So.
Exactly, and I feel like that'll be signed very soon. I think they're waiting for Mercury to come out of retrograde.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
And Cindy, the message that I got for you when you were talking about the strings attached is to make sure that you know how to negotiate your own terms. as a way of doing what's for your highest and greatest good. But also, always be able to negotiate your own terms so that you're on your own path.
Okay, great advice right there.
Thank you for calling in, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Melissa, I have a question. Everyone talks about, we talk about asking for what you want in life. We talk about your thoughts bringing to you, what you think about. So my question is this. Everybody talks about Mercury being in retrograde. Oh, my gosh, Mercury. In my opinion, that seems like it's just bringing the biggest, darkest cloud over your head because people talk about it and expect the worst to happen. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, here's the thing. So many people believe that. That's where it's at, right? So we all got taught to that thinking because that's what someone taught us. And I don't really let Mercury in retrograde bother me so much, but I do pay attention to it when you're signing contracts or getting involved in things, just so that you're clear about things, because there is a little bit of a shadow there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just want to bring everything to light before we say that's a go-ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay too much attention to the planets because they dictate a little bit of who we are or whatever, but really we are our soul essence, and really that's where our plan comes from. They give a little bit of guidance, but it's really what we truly want on the inside. And that's where we're going to start to make things really happen on this earth as we start to shift and vibrate into this more of this love vibration we have going on.
I love that. And so it's buyer beware. It's being forewarned, foreknowledge, but don't just anticipate the worst because Mercury goes into retrograde every month or something. I'm not
it
very
goes like
familiar.
12 weeks out of a year or something like that. So that's like a lot of time.
Yeah. It is a lot of time. So whenever it starts rolling around, ladies and gentlemen, don't expect the sky to fall. Just understand that maybe you need to be a little extra cautious, but focus on the positive, the good things that can happen so that you're not attracting to you the things that people worry about the most when it shows up.
Yes.
All right. So, Melissa, what do you have coming up for you? Any shows, any classes? What's going on in your world?
Oh, my God, I stay very busy. Let's see what I have going on this week. Let's see. Wednesday, tomorrow night, if anyone's out on Siesta Key Beach, I will be meeting a bunch of other light workers out by the yellow lifeguard stand. We're just all supposed to come together and let our energy come together. There's really not much plan. All I got was we're supposed to go there. I won't probably know more until I show up, and then I'll know what I'm supposed to do after that. This Friday, also in Sarasota, Florida, at the Crystal Cave, there'll be the Spring Equinox Psychic Fair from 5 to 9 p.m., so that's a lot of fun. And then every Monday here in Sarasota, Florida, at Wild Ginger, I hold Joyful Findings from 7 to 8:30. So that's where we get to connect in with our intuition. We learn about energy healing, whatever my clients need to learn when they come into the group. It changes every week. So whatever my clients need, whatever they need, I help them to advance and feel better about their lives.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you suggest for people that are on their spiritual path or just beginning to understand that they're here for something and things are changing in their lives and maybe their energy's changing and they don't understand what, why, how, they don't understand who to talk to, how to make sense of the messages that receive? What do you suggest to make that aspect of their growth easier?
Well, I find that if you pay attention to everything, like everything that's going on around you, it helps give more clues. whether it be, you're out for a walk, the animals that show up, or just the way that it feels for you. There's a lot of different things that are making it change, and it's harder to understand, but you have to understand that everything's a message, okay? Everything's a message. Just like, when you mentioned earlier when it was 11:11 and we started taking our callers, if you see that all the time, your guides and your angels are trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? So know that you're always getting the message. If you keep hearing the same message over and over again, or you keep seeing the same picture, it also helps if you guys start meditating a little bit. And it doesn't have to be like you sit there and just meditate. You can go for a walking meditation, whatever, but start going on the inside, dive deep on the inside and find out who you really are to help bring those changes forth. And yeah, you're going to feel different things. You're going to feel ascension symptoms, which could be, wicked energy impulses, or you could feel really tired one day and your energy's telling you need to nap so you can get a download. It's just paying attention to what's going on around you and what your body is telling you and what it needs. That will be helpful. Still there, Laura?
I'm sorry. I find that, when you press the mute button, it works.
It works. Oh, that's funny. That's awesome.
Everybody try it. I find that in a lot of my readings for people that are going through some sort of spiritual growth, that a message that comes through often is for them to reconnect to nature. The reason for that is you disengage from your pressures from the telephone, from your iPad, from your emails, from people making demands of you, from certain sounds. And when we reconnect with nature, it sort of helps bring us whoosh right back to ourselves. And when we start focusing on the sounds of nature, there's just something magical that happens that tunes you in to the nature world, to the natural energy, to the benevolent energies of nature, and just help you feel peace and focus inward, so that, number one, you can start to remember who you are or reconnect with who you are, because as life goes on, we tend to forget who we truly are. And you start feeling stuck, go spend some time outside in nature. Go play, find a swing set, find your favorite park bench, even if it's just a little corner of the world, find your favorite tree to sit under, and just breathe and relax for 10 minutes or more. It'll make a big difference in your day, but also help you stay in the energy field that you need for either grounding or peace or healing. There's so much that you can get from being out in nature. Cleansing, you're going to be out at Siesta Key, beautiful beach. The energy there is amazing. It's very cleansing. It's very electric. And there's just nothing like standing there watching that sunset into the Gulf of Mexico, if there is any tomorrow, but it's just incredible. It's just incredible. So tomorrow night you're gathering with light workers, and is there a special occasion?
7 o'clock. I got the message at the beginning of the month that I was supposed to gather as many people as I could, so I started to talk to some of my light worker friends and said, we're just supposed to meet at the beach. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing there, but we're supposed to meet at the beach. So I got this message like on March 3rd or whatever. So imagine it was 333 when I got the message. So I knew that it was going to be important to draw people together. And maybe that's so that we can all connect the energies, because even though we're all light workers are all on different levels too of their development, So this is supposed to help bring everybody up another notch, because the energies that are going to be coming from the moon, especially while we're on the beach, is going to be helping us connect in more with our higher selves and stay truly connected more often.
So people that are nowhere near Siesta Beach, number one, I'm sorry. But if for you out there in Wyoming and Iowa and Canada, that you're nowhere near the beach, or maybe the weather is not really conducive to being out in the beach, you can gather your friends together. You can start your own meetup groups where like-minded people get together, whether you're light workers, energy workers, healers, angel communicators. If you're just people that care about your community or your planet, get together and use that beautiful energy from your hearts to connect with your divine creator and use that energy to heal, to make positive changes in the world. You don't have to be near Siesta Key. You can start your own gathering. People are looking for things like that. They don't know where to go or where to turn. So if you feel drawn to starting your own gathering of like-minded people, whether you meditate, pray, do meditative artwork, yoga, whatever, if you just sit and hang out and listen to beautiful angel music, that is an intention that will help you grow and it will help send your beautiful energy out into the universe. Can you imagine how much of a difference you can make if you just get together 5 or 10 of your friends or like-minded people? That's a ripple that will just keep reverberating into the universe for a very long time.
That is so true. And it's very important that you guys all kind of find groups or start your own groups, like Laura said, because then you're creating this energy, you know what I mean? And then you're starting to connect more. It's just like when I hold my Monday nights, I know the guides and the angels love coming in, and they love how we're interacting. They love how we're talking. They love everything that we're doing. And they're watching us like we're their TV show. What are they going to do next? How are they going to do that? Even though they know what we're going to do, they're wondering how we're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're there to help us as we are there to help them, because we're all here to do work here on Earth. All of us. Every single one of us. And it's fun work, really, once you get the hang of it.
Yes, once you figure it out. Once you figure out what you're supposed to do and how to do it, it is fun. Like, what? You want me to do what?
I know. That's hard when you first start getting those messages, and then you don't believe them. So this is one of the things that I want to say about, maybe you're a newbie or maybe you're just starting, and you're starting to open up to your spiritual soul self, and you're starting to hear the messages. Start really believing in yourself. Really start trusting that you're getting the right information. You pretty much know when you relay it to somebody else if it's true or not. They'll be like, "Oh my God, you just hit that hit the nail on the head." And then you can start getting that validation you need to trust yourself. Because even when I first started, I would get like weird things to tell people, and I'd be like, I'm not telling them that, but it's like now all the information just flows through me without even me thinking about it. I don't try to interpret it. It just comes out exactly the way it needs to come out. And that's the part you all need to start trusting in yourselves.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Talk about spirit animals or animals that bring messages to us. Can you talk about that a little bit? I know that you pay very close attention to the birds that show up in your front yard.
I really do, and it's so funny because this morning I had 2 ibis show up this morning, and 2 white ibis, and they're all about magic and healing. So they like to show up in my life a lot. So I really appreciate them, because we have to start to understand that we are a little bit magic and that we have magic within us. It's energy magic, but we have to start using it. And as we've been sitting here, I'm watching a hawk fly by right now, and he's sitting on the top of that tree. I've had a blue jay come through my yard and sat over there on the neighbor's mailbox. So it's like I pay attention to all those things. And it's so funny because the other day I went out to the car went to walk to the mailbox, and there was actually a snake skin in the grass. And I was like, oh, look at that. And we all know snakes are about, transmuting old skin. So you're shedding your old skin and creating this new, beautiful skin for yourself. So we, just like the snakes, keep changing. We just don't shed our skins like they do. So all these animals talk to us all the time. All the time. So pay attention to them. And if you don't know what it means, look up the spiritual meaning of whatever animal, whatever it might be. If it's a number, animal, whatever, look it up. And then you'll go, oh, that makes sense. And that's how you start getting all the breadcrumbs to put the bigger pieces of the puzzle together.
Those beautiful creatures that keep appearing in your life are there for a reason, too. And sometimes just to remind you, I have my best friend, Betsy, who's always squirrels showing up in her life. They chase her. They're just there. And I literally chase her, and not mean, but it's just kind of funny to watch. I don't think she thinks so, but there's always a squirrel that shows up. And so finally we're like, what's with the squirrel? And the message
That
for her
is
was,
so
you know
funny.
what, just relax. Squirrels are about having fun, and those of you with dogs understand that. But squirrels are about having fun and enjoying life, and they're just reminding her, yep, keep on enjoying life. Don't work so hard, or don't take that work so seriously, but keep that light of joy and love in her life. She never has a shortage of that, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Every time we're together, there's a squirrel or two that shows, or maybe it's just a reflection of our personalities. I don't know, but it's definitely about having fun and enjoying life.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome.
again, tell me where our people can reach you at IamMelissaParks.com. And tell your phone number again, Melissa.
941-266-9250.
So for those of you that would like a nice, lovely, complete, full reading from Melissa, you will not be disappointed. She'll give you so much guidance and input that you just won't believe it. So spend some time connecting with her so that she can help guide you into the next path in your next direction in life with more ease and more grace and certainly a lot more blessings. So don't hesitate to reach out. If you are in our beautiful Sarasota, Manatee, Gulf Coast area, please, if you can make it tomorrow to the Siesta Key for light gathering, if you can make it to the Crystal Cave on Friday, which is also in Sarasota. It's a wonderful store that is full of the most amazing crystals that and the owner there knows all about her crystals. She knows them all.
She does.
She is extraordinarily knowledgeable. She's like the crystal maven. But please, if you're, last week we had Wendy Shearer on, who loves crystals, loves teaching about them, loves healing with them, and I know that's one of her favorite places as well.
Awesome.
So please check in and say hello to the good ladies there at the Crystal Cave on Friday night.
Yeah.
And many more things coming our way. So I want to thank you very much, Melissa, for being with us today, and I hope you'll come back again. I appreciate your insight and your guidance. And I am, if you don't mind, may I get a message for you from Archangel Michael?
Oh, absolutely. I'll take messages. I don't get them often, so yes, please.
Oh, well, we need to do something different about that. All right, so I'm being
Archangel
told
Michael's
to
my
give you
buddy, just like everybody else.
Isn't he the greatest?
He is. He always shows up just when I need him, too.
He's got such a great sense of humor. Well, this is really interesting. This is so perfect. It's about exploring your options. And here's Archangel Michael on this beautiful white unicorn, but he's reminding you that asking for help, to see, to love, to understand, to assess all of us alternative options and being guided in the best direction for health, happiness, and life's purpose. That is what you do. You help people. You help guide them in their best directions. And Archangel Michael is just here to say, well, yes, I am part of that guidance, helping you guide others. So his message to you is, with tongue-in-cheek, he's like, I'm the one. I'm the one.
Yeah,
I'm the one. Yeah.
It's so funny because he's showing me himself. He's kind of being funny right now because he's got his sword down in the ground, and he's kind of like leaning over on it, laughing type of thing. So, he's always there to help me help you, just like he's always there to help anyone else that ever asks for him. So it's amazing. He is wonderful. It's just so anyone that's not had a nice conversation with Archangel Michael, I think he does a really good job of being very, I've experienced him being very, very funny, make me laugh out loud. He can be sarcastic. He can be witty. He can be fierce, absolutely fierce. He can be very compassionate and loving. He can be so many different things, but most of all, what I really enjoy about him is he just makes me laugh. He's hilarious. He's just got a great sense of humor for such a fierce
powerful, higher echelon angel. He's just a joy to be around. And he's definitely somebody that is a major guide of you guiding others. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember Archangel Raguel for harmony, for peace, for justice, for healing. Join with him to bring peace to the world and to the country, and our poor ladies and gentlemen that are going through such difficult times right now in Nebraska and in the Midwest and all the places that are being affected by weather and flooding. And so let's please join him and ask him to help heal all of those areas and all the people that are there going through difficult times right now. And all the people around the world that are going through difficult times for one reason or another, just please envision the whole world surrounded with beautiful rainbow light, sparkling light, full of healing energy, love, light, insight, guidance, wisdom, support, and compassion. And let us all remember to join with one another to help spread that light that's in your heart and soul, and to help you and others move forward for their path on their highest and greatest good. That's a lot of homework today, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to hear about how you're doing on it, or if you have any questions or you need any suggestions. Don't hesitate to call me or reach out to me, rather, at laura@angelsandhealinglight.com. You can email me. My website is angelsandhealinglight.com. Next week when I come back, I am going to do angel readings, so please call in and get your angel message. It's just going to be me, myself, and I, and we'll see what angels pop in with what messages next week. So the theme for today and your homework for today is reminding you to stay on your path. Stay on the path that makes you feel happy and joyful and light. And when there's things that we can't change immediately, but we know they need to be changed, just ask your angels to help you make those changes with ease and grace. And pay attention to the signs. Signs can come from your angels in many different ways, like seeing 111. I see that all the time on license plates, to the point that it makes me laugh. It happens so often. Angels in the sky, clouds in the shape of angels or wings. Maybe someone gives you the message or the words that you need to hear. Somebody gives you an opportunity. Maybe you give someone an opportunity. Maybe you're being an angel to someone else. So please be open to that guidance and information. Please go forth on your path and in your day-to-day life with knowing that you can get things that you really need and want by asking for it. It definitely show up. So don't be shy about asking for help from your loved ones, from your neighbors, from your angels, from your guides, and know that you are loved unconditionally, every moment of every day by your Creator, by your angels, by your guides, and your ancestors. There's so much love out there you couldn't begin to measure it all. So I'll see you all next week. Thank you, Tiffany White Sage Woman, for another beautiful hour of angel messages. Thank you, Melissa Park, for all of the messages of love and light and wisdom that you've offered to our listeners. And I look forward to having you on another time. And please, ladies and gentlemen, connect with Melissa and let her help you further, and certainly get a lovely message from Archangel Michael. Many
Thank you,
blessings.
Laura. It's been a blast.
Oh, it has been. It has been. All right, I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful, light-filled week, and thank you, Melissa, a million times over. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, honey.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.